Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, on our board here, up at the top, we have our discussion for this session, and this is what it is. Remarkable. Ha! Oh, let's put a little kick in there. Remarkably, it's big and wide and everywhere all at once. And what could that be? Now, we are looking here through the Hermetic first principle, which is the universe is mental. It's aware of itself. It's not dormant, it is active. And so in that one system, it's all one system. There's not separate systems. We think in the egoic world that there are separateness, that you're separate from me, and we're separate from our surroundings, and we're separate from our, if we have a pet, we're separate, they're separate from us. This is not the case. There is only one system, and there is no separation. Now that is a very scientific fact, and you can look it up on several sources that we've talked about in the past to recognize everything in the universe is connected and affects each other. So now let me see if we can get a little model here to kind of explain that in more detail. Now right here, we're going to expose part of our model that we're working with today. And here's what we have. We have a truck. It's like a RV truck. Because I spent 30 years working in the auto industry in the truck plant, General Motors truck plant in Pontiac, Michigan, as a reliability engineer and systems person. And so we made these little trucks. And here we have one truck comes off the assembly line. It's complete. It's a complete system in itself. It stands alone. Wouldn't you think so? But it doesn't. It stands in an environment, and everything in it is a system. And all of the systems are interconnected. Now let's see if we can look at this. Now, when I was working there, I worked with windshield glass and door glass and back glass, all kinds of glass, and also with fasteners. This happens to be a bolt. This happens to be a U-bolt. How they hold the vehicle together. Each one is a system. Now how you make, might not recognize it, but your windshield is actually two pieces of glass that are sandwiched between a plastic inner shield. And each one of those pieces of glass are slightly different. They're made in a glass plant. And a glass plant is a very unusual place. It's quite long, and you make glass from raw materials, chemicals, raw materials, potash and a bunch of other stuff. But in order to make it operate perfectly or correctly, you need to have what they call cullet, or old glass, saved glass, recycled glass that you put into the cauldron as you're heating up all those other elements. Because in that cauldron, the fire brick that holds it together and the glass that is melting are very close to the same temperature of what the fire brick will fall apart. So the cullet lowers the temperature at which the glass begins to liquefy. Now, when it liquefies, it pours off into on top of a bath of, for a better word, it is tin, molten tin. It's called float glass. And it goes along this thing really fast when it starts. And you have to have all the right temperatures, all of the right speeds, all of the right chemicals, all of the right systems in place. So this system here that we're looking at, that we call inside of the vehicle, this is a system over here. And this is a system. These are safety glasses or tempered glass. They're made in a different process. Each one of these is a separate system, and you say, oh my God, how'd they get it all together? Well, underneath is one system. That's what it says up here. There's only one system, and we think they're all separate. So in making a vehicle, the tires, the plastic, the sheet metal, the rubber gaskets around the door, these are all separate systems that have to be there, or the vehicle couldn't be a vehicle. Now these, I'm showing it on 2D, but you got to think about it as 3 or 4 dimensions in making this. And this vehicle sits inside an environment. And the environment determines what vehicle you're going to produce. If the vehicle doesn't fit the environment, they won't go together. You're not going to sell a vehicle. You're not going to need engineers. So this whole thing is one, making a vehicle, is one system. It's not, you think of it as separate systems in the egoic world because that's what they tell you. They're separate systems. Oh, the tires are different from the windshield. But the tires are related to fasteners. The wheel is held on with fasteners, nuts, basically. And how you produce the nut, how you produce the bolt, the cold heading process, the heat treat process, whether it's case hardened or through hardened or whatever it is, it's another system. Now you using the vehicle, you have to be trained. You have to have some experience. So you have some memories about how to operate a vehicle. And that's a system. Outside this, no, it's related to this. You wouldn't have that system if there wasn't a vehicle to drive. So it's all interrelated systems, all over, including you and I. Your body is a related system. Inside of it, you have all kinds of parts, but they're all interrelated. There's not, as it says down here, it's a completed system and nothing is missing in your body. Everything in your body is needed. Everything in your body is influenced by everything else. How you breathe, how your heart pumps, how your liver operates. All kinds of, now we say, well, we can take your knee out, put another knee in. Different person. Yes, you can. And they'll operate, but it's not the same thing. It's a different person. It's not separate from what was before. It's an addition to what it was before. It is all one system. Now, when you begin to look at this one system, you begin to find out nothing is separate. What can I tell you? Nothing is separate. Everything is here for a purpose of the system. You think it's your purpose. Well, I need a car, so that's the purpose for the car. No, there is an underlying one system. It is mental. It is alive. It is consciousness. And because consciousness permeates everything, everything is embedded in it. So everything, including a rock, an atom, electron, are all inside of consciousness. Consciousness is fundamental. And so here we have a whole system, including you and me. And you're watching this on your computer or your phone or some device like that. And that's part of a system, because somebody has to develop the camera, and you develop the camera because you want to keep records, or you want to show an art form, or everything. Now this is what you need to begin to understand. Everything is interconnected and influences everything else. When you move, when you make a decision, the whole universe has to move in some degree, because you are connected within that matrix, and nothing stands alone. So let me see here if I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Not quite, because now we're going to talk about another part. I kind of added it because I was thinking about it. It might not look like it fits into everywhere all at once. That's the system. It's everywhere all at once. And that's why when you move, everything moves, because it's all interconnected. Time, because a lot of people say, well, I move here and something doesn't move over there right away. Time is an illusion. It's a convenience of our egoic world. There is only one time, and that's now. It's always now. You cannot leave in any physical way the moment of now. Oh, how exciting is that to begin to understand? It is completely contrary to the egoic belief system. They think, no, time's a real thing. It's part of the universe. It's part of what's put together. No, it's an invention that we put together. We, the most complicated thing in the universe. Now, over here, I want to point out, now these are all interrelated. So I'm going to point out the other part of the model over here that I had. Because if you look over here, you're going to see you. Do you see you? You can tell by the nose which way your senses are focused. Now, your senses are focused out here on me, because you're looking at me right now. You are taking in that information, and you are constructing. It's a system. You are constructing me, what you believe I am. Not what I am, but your construction of what you believe I am, based upon your belief system, your life experiences, your memories, which you also create in a certain way, based upon your belief system. And so you create inside. And then you project your inside creation on to this energy form right here, onto me. Look closely. All you will see of me is your projected construction. It's a system. And so you never, ever experience me the way I am. You always experience me the way you are, through your belief system, through your internal construction. Now, basically, your construction is a map. It's a map in your best guess as to what's outside of you. So then, now this is a survival skill, because you don't know what's outside. So you take in the information, create your best guess, and that's your map. With that, through your belief system, you navigate the outside world. You go and say you bump into a door. It's not a door, it's energy. But you will look at that energy through your belief system and inside construct a door that matches this energy, and you'll open that handle and walk through. So your inside creation is a map of what you believe is outside. This is a map constructed through all these systems inside of you. You see what's outside, and we said before, you really don't see with the eyes. You see with the mind's construction. And so this outside system, what you think is outside, is actually inside of you. This car or truck in this shape and the way you see it and the color and everything else is an outside map of your inside construction. There's only one system. It is consciousness. Consciousness exploring itself through you. We'll talk more about that in another video. So get the point. It's everywhere, all at once. Everything is interconnected. You cannot make a move without disturbing the whole universe. So your relationship is one. It may look like many like this, but it's only you and consciousness. Be good to yourself. And we'll look forward to seeing you again, right here, in the illusion. The one that we are, only one, there's only one illusion. And when we begin to drift and have it fall apart, we will begin to see what's really outside of you. Be good to yourself.
Danced in the lights of New Orleans. Portland ran away with me, and San Francisco stayed with me. Nashville made its way in between. Fell in love in Minnesota and fell apart south of Salt Lake. Colorado calls to me, and Washington will always be begging for a piece of me to stay. Maybe someday